Hi everyone. Lwandile Zonke here, the author of Overcoming Struggles of a Township Boy. Welcome, guys, to my YouTube channel once again. To those that have been here, and if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. I hope that you guys will get value on this channel. And to those that have been watching these videos and have been finding value, don't forget to kindly comment to let me know what you think. Okay, so like I said, guys, we will always, for the purposes of these videos, I will always be using demo account. And like I told you before, I've withdrawn money from my ZAR as well as my USD account for security reasons. Okay, so on today's video, I just want to show you how you can invest your 500 rands and how you can double and even triple that money in less than a year. Okay, so guys, there are companies that you can invest in, that have greater potential of making you a lot of money. Well, obviously, our intention is not to make a lot of money within a short period of time, because that we really cannot control. No one can control the market. No one knows what's going to happen to the market. Um, Today you might invest hoping this will happen, but then you'd find that tomorrow something else happens, right? So there's a lot of things that will actually influence the share price of that particular instrument or company. Okay, so just to show you an example of how you could have tripled your account rather with 500 rands. This is one of the companies that I've invested in last year and that have made me money. I'll probably show you guys two. Okay, let's just scroll down. Well, yeah, before I forget, I like to invest in small caps companies, but we'll go through what small caps companies in other videos. A small cap companies is really a company with a capitalization of up to $2 billion. So yeah, a market capitalization is essentially the worth of a company's outstanding shares. Okay, so what do I mean by this? So you essentially get that value by taking the number of the company's outstanding shares multiplied by the market value of the company's share. So if the company's outstanding shares is maybe 5, then the market value of those shares are 2 rands. Then the company's capitalization is 1,000. I don't know if it's making sense. So small caps, guys, are companies with capitalization of up to $2 billion. A market capitalization is essentially a worth of a company's outstanding shares. So in other words, it represents worth of a company. Okay, so how do you get that value of market capitalization? You take the company's outstanding shares, you multiply them by the company's market value of the share. So if a share is 2 rands and the company's outstanding shares are 5, you take 2 rands times 5, which will, so if you take a company's outstanding shares, multiply by the company's market value of shares, then you get something that's below or up to, I think, from 300 million dollars up until $2 billion. Then you should know that's a small cap. Okay, small cap have a potential of outperforming large caps, right? It has been proven over time, over and over again. Small caps are like those small stocks, the small boys. And obviously, to give you guys a practical example. To give you guys a practical example, for instance, if you had to work for a startup company, what would you choose between working for a startup company or an already existing established company? What would you choose? I know a lot of people would want to choose or would rather choose a company that's already established, a company that's huge. But to be quite honest, there's potential on a startup. There's potential on a startup. You can literally get a nice position at the startup if you get into the company while the company is still small, and you grow on that company. There's a potential when, if that company grows, you'll hold a respectable position. You understand? I just can't explain it or put it in words, but yeah. But in order for you to become now the manager of, let's say, Deloitte or whatever huge company, I don't know, what companies can I make examples of? Maybe PwC, maybe Volkswagen, VW. You can't just go there and become a manager or something. Do you understand? There's already an existing company, a huge company. Obviously, yeah, you have to have relevant qualifications, you have to have your experience. But with a startup, obviously you'll get to learn different departments or different aspects of that company. It's easier for you to actually learn each and everything within a startup or within a small company. When the company starts booming and blowing up, you've been there and you grow with the company. So I'm not sure if it's making sense, guys, but for me, I'll always prefer, or small caps will always be my favorites, because they've got a potential of outperforming larger large caps company. So yeah, small caps companies, you find them they are very cheap. At least they are affordable. I don't think there's each and anyone who cannot afford some of these companies. You'll be shocked to hear how much their share prices cost. How much their share prices cost. Guys, do subscribe. I'll be revealing these things. Do subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? Okay. One of the companies that actually made me a bit of money. Okay, let's go to equities, not watch list, because this company is not on my watch list. I actually made money last year. COVID made me a bit of money, guys. In as much as it was bad, but it made me a bit of money. Okay, so the company's name is Sapaco. Let's search that. Sapaco. Here it is. Here it is. Let's just click on it. You go to equities, you search Sapaco. Here it is, Sapaco. Sapaco Holdings Limited. It's an equity, and in the buildings and materials industry. Okay, now if you could scroll down a bit, you'll see 1MORTN. Then you'll see an arrow pointing down, negative 3.25% in red. Then next to it on the right hand side you'll see daily change. Okay, now that 1MORTN essentially represents 1 month's returns. Okay, so Sepaku in 1 month have dropped by 3.25%. Okay, as you can see here, you'll see 1M. Just below that you'll see 3M, you'll see 6M, you'll see 1Y, you'll see max. So that 1M represents 1 month of a company's performance. So in 1 month, Sepaku has dropped by 3.25%. Let's go to 3M. 3M, as we can see there, the arrow is now green and it's pointing up. So it means that in 3 months, Sepaku has risen by, it has increased or risen, I'm not sure if my pronunciation is correct, but yeah, it has risen by 112.86%. That's how it has gone up. Okay, if you go to 6M, you'll see the 6 months worth of Sepaku's returns. So again, it has gone up by 263.41%. Okay, same applies to 1Y, which is 1 year. In a year, it has gone up by 148.33%. Megs, it has gone down by 77.76%. So you guys seeing that? So it means how the company has performing in those particular times. Okay, let's return to 1M. Okay, let's go to 3M. 3M, 3 months. 3 months. Okay, 6 months. I want to show you guys something. Okay, if you could see, I'm not sure if you guys can see. Okay, let me just try and circle what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about. 6 months worth of returns. It has gone up by 263.41 cents. You guys can see that. Now this is 6 months. Represents 6 months. As you can see, they also written here 6M. Guys with me? So that's what I'm talking about to those that cannot see it. Okay. Then there's this line. There's this line. This represents a share price, guys. Like you can see, this line has been steadily going up. Steadily going up. It represents a share price. It shows you how the share price have been going up. In the last 6 months, the share price of Sepaku have been growing and growing and growing gradually. Okay, if we could click somewhere here on that line, if you could click someone on that line, can you see that 0.36 on the 1st of October 2020? On the 1st of October 2020, Sepaku's share was only 36 cents. Yes, guys, believe it or not. Believe it or not. I know some of you are going, wow, this is impossible. It is possible, guys. It is possible. I'll be revealing these things to you. Sepaku's share was only 36 cents on the 1st of October 2020. I'm not talking about in 2000. I'm not talking about in 1996. I'm not talking about in 1851. I'm talking about last year's 1st October 2020. Sepaku's share was 36 cents. Okay, let's just go to my calculator. Let me just minimize this and just go to my calculator, guys. I want to show you something. Let's just go to my calculator, guys. On 1st of October, the share price was 36 cents, right? If you had 500 rands, right, then you invested in Sapaku's shares by 500, with only 500 rands, guys, with only 500 rands, you would have secured yourself at least 1,388 shares. By only putting in 500 rands, you would have owned shares of 1,388. That's the number of shares, guys. Don't get confused. That's not the amount of money you would have made. That's the number of shares you would have had if you only put in 500. So you invest 500. From that 500, these are the number of shares you would have gotten when 1st October 2020. I hope that we are still together, guys. Okay, let's go back to our platform. 1st October 2020, you put in 500 rands. Obviously, one share you get it for 36 cents. Let's see how much the share is today. Let's click here on the current share price. Share today is 1 rand 49 cents. Sorry for that. Today is the 12th of March, right? 2021. Today is the 12th of March 2021. One share is 1 rand 49 cents. Okay. Now, to check how much money we would have had now, we'd say the number of shares, which is 1,388, we multiply it by 1 rand 49 cents, because this is the number of shares, is the price of the share, is the current share price today. Okay, so take the current share price today. You bought it with 36 cents, but now their value is currently 1 rand 49 cents. This is how much money you should have had now from only 500 rands, guys. From only 500 rands. So today you could have had 2,069 rand 44 cents. Let's subtract 500, your 500 from that. So this is the profit you could have made, 1,569 rand. So can you guys see now how you could have tripled your investment, how you could have grown your 500 into 1.5? So it's just a matter of you, and this is only in 6 months. It's not even in years. It's only in 6 months, as you guys can see here. It's only in 6 months. It see the share price from 36 cents. It started growing. Steadily, started growing up until here. Now it's 1 rand 49 cents. That's how you could have made 500 rands, and that's how I've also made money from this particular company, Sapaku. Thank you, Sapaku, for making me money, and I hope that others will get the chance of making money from you as well. So just to go through Sapaku, as you guys can see here on this graph, this graph essentially represents a share price, guys. As you can see here on your left hand side, on your vertical axis, you see 0 there, R0, which is 0 rand. Then you will see there 50 cents, you'll see 1 rand, you'll see 150, you'll see 2 rand. And obviously your horizontal axis, those are your dates. You'll see from the 4th, remember this is 6 months, right? We 6 months worth of data. So you see the 14th of September 2020, you'll see 28. I'm not sure if you guys can see. Let me just circle what I'm talking about. I'm talking about here, guys. Here you'll see 14 September 28 October, 11 December, up until to this date. Okay, then at the bottom they tell you about Sepaku Holdings Limited. Sepaku Holdings Limited is a building and construction materials company. So they tell you about the company, what the company is about. Sepaku Holdings Limited is a building and construction materials company. The company invests in building materials focused businesses. The company holds investments in Dangote Cement, South Africa Proprietary Limited. Then you show more to see more. Okay, you see that there's a talk about Sepaku, just for you to find out what the Sepaku does, what it is. If you could scroll a bit down, and see there's last updated price, selling at, meaning they are selling Sepaku's shares currently at 1 rand 42 cents, right? And they are buying the shares at 1 rand 49 cents. Okay, 1 rand 49 cents. Then they show you available funds to invest. So yeah, guys, so if you want to invest in Sepaku, then you could see there they say the number of shares are estimated based on the investment value and will execute at the live price. Now if you could go down a bit, there's investment amount or shares. Okay, if maybe you want to invest, let's say 500 that I was talking about, 500, click the 500 by investment amount, then just click on enter. Automatically it will tell you the number of shares that you will get for 500. So today if you invest 500, you will be getting 335 shares by investing 500, guys. Only 500, you'll be getting 335 shares. I know some of you don't believe, like, yeah, this is a scam. It can't be 500 and I'm getting so much shares for 500. It's true, guys. Unfortunately, I wish it was a scam, but unfortunately, it's true. Okay, so you get those number of shares. Go down a bit. After you've clicked that, then they say the trade value, meaning the money that you've put in, the money that you've invested is 500 rand, and they tell you the number of shares, which is 335 shares. Then they tell you investment costs, and they only, look at this, guys, they only charging you 3 rand 14 cents for this transaction. They are only charging you 3 rand 14 cents. Ha, guys, is 3 rand 14 cents expensive? No, not at all. Not at all. Even babies now, a 3 rand, even to a 5-year-old, a 3 rand is nothing nowadays. So those are the investment costs, guys. Let's just click on that out of investment cost to see why are they charging you. Why are they charging you? They are charging you for broker commission. They're only charging you 1 rand 25 cents for that, which is really nothing, to be honest. So that 3 rand 14 cents represents a broker commission, which is 1 rand 25 cents, settlement and administration costs, which is 38 cents, investor protection and levy, that's an administration cost. Those are administration costs too, which is only a cent, only charging a cent. Then obviously VAT, guys, VAT, value added tax on this transaction is 25 cents. Then securities, transfer and admin costs is only 1 rand 25 cents. And if you could add those costs all together, they will give you 3 rand 14 cents. So the amount due is 503 rand 14 cents. 503 rand 14 cents. Okay, you've invested 500, then they're charging 3 rand 14 cents. Obviously you will click at buy at open. Buy at open. As you can see, there's a recurring and buy it open. When you click buy it open, you'll see congratulations, your buy instruction has been placed. We'll take care of the rest. Have a break. Then they show you your share certificate. If you could see there, it's pending, and at the top it's written pending there. It basically means that it's that this transaction, or this trade rather, is still pending because the markets are currently closed as I am doing this video. Then they say have a break, share good news. So you can have a break to your friends that you are now a shareholder. You just bought shares from Sepako. So already, guys, we have over 300 shares on Sepako. That's how you can really make triple your 500 rands, by spotting companies such as Sepako. I'll be sharing more companies that can potentially, remember, nothing is guaranteed, but that companies that have the potential to make you or triple your investment in 6 months to 12 months. If only you subscribe, stay tuned. I'll be posting more of these videos. I hope that you guys have enjoyed something, or you have learned something from this video. If you have found any value in this video, don't forget, guys, to please like, please do comment, so that I can see you are learning, to see that okay, you are getting it. Or what do you think I should post? Well, what do you suggest? Or if you've got any questions, please, guys, don't be quiet. Let me know. Don't forget to subscribe. Also share this with your friends so that they can get to benefit from this. Share it with your family. There are people that would like to invest, they don't know where to invest. I'll be giving you guys some of the companies that I'm looking at, some of the companies that have made me money, some of the companies that I'm investing in. As you guys can see, I've bought Sepako shares in front of you, and obviously on a demo account, because like I told you guys before, for the purposes of these videos, which is obviously I'm doing these videos to educate you, so I'll be using the demo account. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Cheers.